Made it back to my Burbot fishing lake. This is officially my last ice fishing trip, I promise. I know I said that on the last video, but we're heading into the middle of May. It looks like springtime at home. Kind of weird leaving with no snow on the ground and coming up here to go ice fishing, but after I hike the 1.5 kilometers out to that point where we were last time with a ridiculous amount of crap that I'm dragging by myself, is I kind of have some contradicting theories to some of the mainstream ideas on how burbot behave, how to get them to bite and different things. So I'm gonna see if I can prove it. Gonna get a workout today. Wow. But I'm in a t-shirt, so it's a beautiful day. Wow. I got to this other kind of point back here I was looking at, and it looks good on the depth chart. It also looks good on the shoreline. Lots of rocks down off this point, so theoretically there should be some burbot moving through here. Not at all what I expected. It was like minus 22 degrees up here last weekend. That snow covered the ice, and it is just a horrible sloppy mess under the snow. What a mess. Well, I got something anyways. So just getting up and getting ready, starting to get everything loaded up at lunch, and obviously my charging station and getting everything ready to go. I did get one little laying. Well, it's almost 11 o'clock. I finally got one. And I got that one rainbow yesterday, so very slow night. I've got 2 more nights. I think what I'm gonna do is go back to the spot where Ron and I had some success mid-February, and try there tonight, and depending on how that goes, make a decision on what I do tomorrow. It's nicer over here today. It looks like the wind blew some of the snow off, so I'm on ice, not walking on slush today. So much nicer. The inside of the tent is actually functional too. It's not a big old sloppy mess today. Got something good here. Just smashed it. Oh, there we go. I was getting ready to give up. Bigger than I thought. Almost 5 pounds. Got another one. Wow. Let him wear him out a little bit before I get him up too close to the hole. We lost a big one last trip. Just ripping him right up. Oh no! Got another one. Hopefully I can get this one up. Felt like I gotta get it set. Do not lose another one. A little one, but we're gonna keep it. We're running out of time on this trip, and we need all the meat we can get. What do I do with my pliers? Whew. Just finished up packing up my really ridiculous amount of stuff for tonight. Got some blood on the ice again. It's 11:30, so we got to go way over there, just to the left of those last lights. Here we go. Well, today's the day. Last ice fishing trip for the year. Last day for burbot fishing. I need to make a choice. I'm just getting ready to head to the lake. I've got 3 different options. I can fish in the exact same place I was fishing last night, or I can move down the shoreline to the next very pronounced point, or I can just move in to shallower water in around 3 to 4 meters where I was getting all the bites around dusk last night. One of my objectives is to learn more about fishing for burbot. So going to the exact same place and doing the exact same thing likely would produce some results and have some success, which is my primary motivator. However, I'm not going to learn anything more than I already know. Looking at the depth chart to around the point just up further that I'm considering going, the one thing I don't like about that is that there's no place where the water drops sharply off into deeper water, which in all the research I've done and listening to everybody who has advice on how to pick spots for burbot, it's one of the things that's suggested, and with the pronounced points that I've been fishing on before, very consistent, that it drops off very sharply to anywhere from 70 to 90 feet of water. So my fear is that if I go to that next point, because it only drops down to about 30 feet of water and it's just a big open flat in there, that as bright as it's been and as light sensitive as burbot are, that there's not going to be a lot of them moving around in there. I know that there's feed fish in shallower off the point I was fishing last night, and there was a lot of fish moving around in that 10 feet of water. So I'm going to jump in the truck and just kind of think about this on the way out there, and where's going to be the smartest thing to go, where I'm likely going to catch some fish and learn a little bit more about burbot behavior, and hopefully take, I'm still shooting for a limit in one day, and 200 nights is the best that I've done so far. So there's some room for growth here, but I'm just going to take a hard think on this and need to make a decision by the time I get to the lake. So let's get going. About 3:30, so I'm just gonna, I got all my stuff all set up, so I'm just gonna fish through some holes that I punched back in the shallower water, see if there's anything. I looked on the underwater camera, I don't see anything moving around over that way, but maybe we can find something here. But we're here and I'm done setting up camp, so time to fish. The heck? Whoa! Keeping that one. I'm keeping that one. That's a beauty. All right. About 1.5 pounds. Maybe a pound. Oh, good guess. Pounder. That 1 pound trout would be food for a 7 pound burbot for sure. What they can swallow is crazy. Whoa, I don't know what the heck we got here. Oh, 1.5 pounds or that is a beauty. Wow, they're getting bigger. That's what we want. Let's mark this hole. What do we got here? Oh, it's that same little 10-incher we caught earlier, I bet. Ow, hey, easy. I'm here to help. Well, this I didn't expect. What do we got here? A sucker. Wow, this is quite the spot here. Get this. Man, I haven't seen one of these for a long time. I just had, there he is, had him grab it on the way down. Oh, hands. Wow. Wow. Oh man, look how dark that one is. Oh, that's not a rainbow. That's a Mac. That's a Laker. And I'm gonna put this guy back. Wow, that's 3 species here so far. Yeah, another pounder. I'm keeping this one too. Take some meat home tonight one way or another. So a couple tips, a couple things I learned fishing on this lake that definitely implement next year. The first thing is location. So on this lake, I would definitely look for those pronounced points that have drop-offs, fairly sharp drop-offs that go down to 20, 25, 30 meters of water. Up to the shallow, I would fish right out on the edge of the point in about 9 to 10 meters. The other places I tried in shallower, in between, less pronounced points were not productive. Sifter ice fishing pole is going to be critical. You really need to get a good hook set on those lane caught, and you get a 7 to 12 pounder. The biggest one I caught was on the last trip was 7 pounds, and even that medium heavy ugly stick that I have, really, it put a lot of stress on there. With line, I've started using the 10-pound braid ice fishing line. It's absolutely amazing. It doesn't freeze up in the reels or in the eyes, and it doesn't stretch. If you're fishing in 30, 35 feet of water, those ling cod are heavy and they're super strong. So you try to get a lighter pole with monofilament that stretches, and you're just not going to get the kind of hook set that you need to get those fish up through the ice. Regarding hooks, I would continue using what I would refer to as kind of a geometric iridescent type of pattern on these spoons. I did get the fish that I caught last time on the first trip in February were on jigs. However, so here's a closer look at the rig that Ron was running last night. So this is just you can see what it is here, and he added this little flasher up at the top. But the business side of this is quite interesting. Ron so he was fishing about 8 to 12 inches off the bottom with no glow, and outfished me about 2 to 1 last night. How we had the most success in the 2 trips that I've been up here was exactly the same way that I fish for trout. Drop it all the way down to the bottom, bring it up about 8 to 10 inches off the bottom, shaking around a little bit, jig it up, get their attention. And with that iridescent green especially, I think it reflects through the water and it looks like fish scales and they can see it. If you're banging something right on the bottom, they can't see it. I do agree with that. But if you look at their structure, their heads, their eyes are almost right up on top of their head. So, they almost have to be under something to be able to see it. Anyways, just a little bit on what I kind of learned fishing for these things and how I would fish for them, what I would use, what time of day, all those kind of things. So I'm just gonna need to get my truck loaded and get on the road and head home, get these fish cleaned up. But good trip, going home with some meat, and I learned a lot. So hope this helps.